What?
Hello?
Hello? Oh, is anyone there?
No, nobody's here.
Okay, I guess I just hearing voices again. Must be a traumatic experience from like episode 5 when we were hearing episode when we were hearing voices when we were talking with some strange man, some guy named Derek.
That guy.
Yeah. I think I'm hearing that voice again. I think I've heard it before.
Yeah, no, but not this time.
Not this time.
No,
Okay.
just you and me.
Okay. What do you got a craving for? What are you hungry for?
I'm hungry for hot dogs.
You're lying.
Something really American.
What are you really hungry for?
Yeah, I told you
You can't even
already.
keep a straight face. You're laughing.
No, I'm saying the truth. I swear to God that I'm saying the truth.
Well, that's a strong, strong promise there.
Yeah, I know, no, let's forget that.
Okay. So what are
Maybe
you really hungry for?
nothing really special. Maybe some Mexican food that my mom prepares at home.
When's the last time you had that?
Ooh, that's you really want to make me cry because maybe a month ago,
Uh-huh.
months, yeah, maybe. I think it's time to go back to visit my family.
Could be, it could be. I mean, I always told you to have the tissue box nearby just in case you need to start crying or let something out, man.
Okay, maybe this is a good time to have that box.
But that's true. I think it could be. It definitely could be. But I think we should jump in today's episode and we can kind of uncover more about what today's episode is going to be like because I think people might be confused.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Bringing you under the sombrero from the eyes of an American and a Mexican sharing a fresh perspective of Mexico.
Okay, my friend, it's been a long time since we talked. That's time. How are you doing today?
Been pretty good. I haven't seen you in like 10 years.
Yeah, I'm not so now mine. Let me think, maybe 94, 98
That would
years
be
old.
almost 100. You were 89, remember? So now you're like 99. Still
Okay,
going strong.
yeah.
I can't believe it, but you're looking great, brother. Don't sweat it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, don't mention it.
You too. I
Oh,
can see you. You're stronger
you
than
can
last
only
time
see
I
my
see
face. You can't even
you.
see.
No, I can see everything of your body. That
It sounds a little
sounds
weird.
weird, but
This is a family-friendly podcast. What are you trying to do?
forget that.
Maybe we should edit that out.
Maybe.
We'll probably just keep it.
Who knows? But let's go back to this podcast, to this episode, because I think you have some stories to tell all guys who are listening to this podcast, and also have something to share with you.
I think we do. And I think this is the first time I'm actually going to throw the name of the episode into the episode. So we want to talk about some childhood cravings, kind of like some memories. Like I think our listeners could think back about different like dishes they really enjoyed when they were in their childhood or still in their childhood. I don't know the ages of listeners. There could still be some young kids out there, but I think like it's very like memorable and something special to think back on these things.
Yes, totally, totally. And when, well, I want to say that when I was little, because we're
You were
gonna talk
little,
about,
or are you still little?
I'm still little in heart,
Okay.
not in my body, but I'm still little
Mhm.
in my heart. I can feel that. And I want to tell you that I can remember some time when I was in my little town in Coatepec, and I could see my mom. She was cooking, I don't know, whatever. Can you hear that
Was she?
sound?
No, I can't. Was she cooking cereal?
No, I maybe it was. I was that person, not my mom.
Cooking cereal.
Yeah.
Um,
But what I want to say is that I try to absorb every detail that my mom she was doing when she was cooking some meals.
mhm.
And I think moms, they have a magical touch to create incredible dishes. Don't you think so?
It's possible. I think it's definitely possible. It sounds like you definitely love your mama from what you're telling me, which is definitely a good thing.
Yep. Yep. And I remember with my parents, with my dad and my mom, also my brother, and I was in the kitchen helping them to maybe chopping onions and tomatoes for breakfast of scrambled eggs.
Hmm. You
Yep.
started out simple, nothing too complicated in the beginning,
No.
eh? What was one of the dishes you remember, like first, like cooking with your mom, maybe?
Maybe hot cakes.
Uh-huh. Not too bad as in terms of like difficulty, but tasty for sure. And it's interesting, like I think people know in the United States, the only place that I know, well, most places call them pancakes here, but I remember I always thought it was so weird in my childhood that McDonald's calls pancakes hotcakes as well. And then when I came to Mexico as well, it's just like, oh, it's called hotcakes in Mexico. That's interesting. He's calling a timeout, folks. We need to take a tea. Okay, we're back, folks. Okay, we're back, folks. Semi said it's okay.
Semi.
Semi!
We're having a discussion here because my friend he can't
Who's your friend?
pronounce my name. A guy who lives in
Can't be me.
Chicago.
Can't be me.
Nah, not you. Something else. Someone else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that what you said is something that I didn't know until you told me, because there are some dishes that in Spanish, well, no, not really in Spanish, because
Spanglish.
hot cakes is not Spanish, it's English, but we have some words or how we call some dishes or some meals. For me, is pretty normal, but pancakes sounds weird
Mhm.
because when I hear pancakes, in the Mexican Spanish, I think usually in cupcakes instead of pancakes.
Pancakes. Okay, well, what, so like, how did you start learning? Like, you observed every detail. Would your mom like teach you different things, or when did
Well,
you start? Like, how old were you too? Sorry.
I can remember clearly when, but frankly, I think it was when I was so little, because all the time I wanted to be with my mom.
Mhm.
I thought I was helping her, but maybe I didn't. But I was at the kitchen trying to dish. I was dishing, no, I was washing some dishes and doing something else.
Mhm.
And I have some memories with her trying to help. Maybe I was 4, 5.
Starting
Maybe
young.
maybe I was just 1 year old.
Kind of like in your picture with the sombrero on our Instagram page and in I think the cover art for one of the videos as well.
Yeah, say, and with sombrero and boots.
Uh-huh. It's a classic for sure. But no, I think it's cool. Like I think we can definitely remember and look back on like little memories like that. Even if we weren't helping, I think most mothers would appreciate you just being there. It doesn't even matter if you're helping. Even if you think you're helping, it's still, I think it's a cool thing for them, for sure.
Totally, yes. I think now, or when I talk with my mom,
Hmm.
she all the time tells me that I was a good kid when I was little, so
Mhm.
maybe I was helping her. Maybe not, but who knows?
Sounds like he scored quite a few brownie points with mom for sure.
Yeah. Do you remember when you was a little kid?
Mhm.
How was your childhood?
So, in regards to food, it was pretty interesting. I don't know. I was always interested. I haven't really shared this with you, but I don't know if you know the chef Emerald.
No, I don't.
Okay. Let me, even though our listeners can't see, I'm gonna share on my page to show
Oh,
you what
this magic.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Except not magic for everybody else that's listening. They're like, I can't see this man. But maybe you've seen this face before. Maybe, maybe
Mm,
not.
I'm a little foggy on details, but maybe.
hmm So, anyways, this guy used to have like his own cooking show on like the Food Network. And I somehow started getting involved with this when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I think this is where like my passion for cooking comes from because I like cooking a lot. So I think this is how it started because I would start experimenting weird things. It's always with eggs because eggs are simple to make and you can pretty much put like many things in them. So I was putting weird things like ham with different like spices and different things and it started a little interesting. So I was always trying to find something that was like good and then I would write it down. And I think the first thing that I wrote down was actually a recipe for lemonade. If I can ever find it, I'll definitely
Oh.
share. Uh-huh. I'll definitely
Mhm.
share. So, but
Okay, that sounds amazing.
no,
No, I think I don't know this guy. Maybe he's not famous here in Mexico. There are some famous chefs,
uh-huh.
but I can't remember this guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I think he's like Italian or something. I'm not really sure. I don't remember, but I think he is. But yeah, that was like mm, I would say he was the most popular during my childhood, like early 2000s. So definitely more popular than Rachel Ray was during the time, but now she's more popular. We'll have to talk about her pozole in the future.
Yeah, I remember that video. that
Oh Lord.
that's no pozole.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, 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 no. That's
Uh,
something else, but no pozole,
uh-uh, uh-uh.
or at least no Mexican pozole.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a creation in itself for sure. I don't think I would even want to try it, honestly.
Yeah, me neither.
It's fair enough.
and
Uh-huh.
and and you said that the recipe that you were doing
Mm-hmm.
it
Making.
was making it
Mm-hmm.
was lemonade.
Uh-huh. That was the very first one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you are, I don't know how old you are,
Uh-huh.
but nowadays, how good lemonade you do.
I haven't made lemonade in a long time, to be honest. So that's a good question. I mean, the dishes I cook now you've seen are like someone Mexican sometimes or different like pastas or different things on that. Like I've shown you
Salsas.
a lot of salsas. Uh-huh.
Yes, you're an expert. You're like a master of salsas.
I only make
Salsas with peanuts, salsas with chapulines, salsas.
no, not with
No,
not with grasshoppers.
not
That's
yet.
you. You buy those.
Yeah, I have some of them here
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
I bought them the other
Damn
day, and I said, why not? I think they're really great, so I bought them.
Will you ever try to make like salsas like that on your own?
I think I'm no. so good when it comes to making salsas.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't have that touch that people need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a good chef.
I don't think you need to like recreate something, but there's a lot of good salsas on the internet and on YouTube. And I always stay in the native language in Spanish because I'd rather learn from salsa recipes from Mexicans on YouTube. And like you were saying, like salsa de cacahuete, peanut
Mhm,
salsa. Sounds a little interesting, but it's with chili de árbol. Depending on what salsa de cacahuete you make, depending
mhm,
on your recipe, but it can definitely change from person to person. And what's other? Salsa de chili árbol.
mhm.
It's I think a lot of people know that pepper. It's like your traditional like red pepper, but like I use dried chilies most of the time because I feel like some chilies are better to buy dried here than to buy fresh. So the taste is still really good, I think. So
Just let me know because I think this is really important for some people who are Mexicans or some people who are not living in the United States, and particularly now that you're talking about chiles,
mhm,
because here in Mexico you can find a lot of types of chiles, dry chiles, fresh chiles. How hard is to get fresh chiles in the area where you live?
it's not that hard. It depends what you're looking for. Like you can find serrano peppers, you can find jalapenos easily, you can find poblano peppers. The more difficult is finding like these specific like peppers that aren't dried, like for example, like chile de árbol, like that pepper specifically, or different ones like that. You can find habaneros as well, but I don't know. Sometimes I just go with the dried chili because if you buy the dried chilies, it's cheaper. So it just depends.
Okay,
Mhm,
but
mhm. So
habaneros are so dangerous.
I like my salsas with habaneros, you know this, especially with cochinita pibil, which
Oh
is
yeah,
still something we need to talk about.
yeah,
We can mention that real quick, actually.
yeah, and but
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, we can talk a little bit about cochinita pibil. That is
Hmm.
a dish from the Yucatan Peninsula.
Hmm. Oh my. I've had it, I think three or four times now. I think three. I've had it twice here and once in Mexico City. Obviously not the same in Yucatan, but it's still really good. And the process is quite interesting because they still use the Mayan tradition of cooking it, no?
Yeah. Well, here in Mexico City, we can find some good or some really good places that they sell dishes from Yucatan Peninsula, but I think it's not the same.
Hmm.
I've never been there, but I can tell you that it's not the same flavor.
Hmm.
So I understand you about living in the US and having some Mexican dishes.
Hmm. No, I definitely agree with that. And we'll kind of leave this on undiscovered instead of diving deeper and deeper in the cochinita pibil, because there's still plans I have for the future to have somebody from Yucatan that hopefully, well, probably somebody from Yucatan would not try cochinita pibil in Mexico City. But we'll see. I think it would be interesting to have like somebody from that peninsula to do
Mhm.
like a comparison because obviously, as you know, the cooking styles are quite different. So,
Yeah, and not only the cooking style, also the materials that are
mhm,
different, species are different, so flavors of the end of the process are different. But yeah, we can do that.
mhm, definitely. And the only reason we mentioned cochinita pibil is because of this salsa. They have habanero salsa because it's very traditional to have a salt. I want to say it in Spanish. Salsa de habanero. Habanero salsa with cochinita pibil. And it's a good combination.
Yeah, and another one is in Spanish
Uh-huh.
is cebolla morada, the
Uh-huh.
red or purple onion. I don't know what
Pickled
do you call that one?
pickled red onion that is like the little decoration on top.
Yeah, but they
Here, hold on. I think I know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure because I think we're thinking of the same thing. I'm almost positive.
okay. Yeah, that one.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, in that cuisine in the Yucatec Yucateca cuisine or
Uh-huh.
cocina yucateca is so famous. They use um, that kind of onion all the time, all the time.
No, I've seen that as well. It's quite interesting. It's kind of like something known to that region, which is interesting. I like it. So I think it's a good taste, honestly. I don't know if it adds a ton, but it has a unique flavor because there's something they do with there's something they do with ribs here as well that they do pickled something. I just can't think of the name off the top of my head, but this is called like pickling when you put it like in vinegar and something else I think there is, and then you have like this result of this interesting like red onion, pickled red
Yeah,
onions. Uh-huh.
yeah, I know what you mean because here in Mexico we have that that one, but I can't remember the name.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
don't even. Uh-huh.
it's so common, really
Hmm.
common.
Yeah, I just don't remember the steps, the ingredients, the process, but I kind of can know it. But I think
Yeah,
I have. Uh-huh.
but please don't make me go into this topic because I know nothing and I don't want to say something completely wrong. Maybe
All right,
this
we're gonna talk about it. You're fine.
this person or this friend of yours, she or he can say, what this guy are talking about are completely wrong. I don't want to be that person.
Well, okay, we're gonna dive deeper into a topic that you know nothing about. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So there's something I think you are interested in maybe. So what, from your perspective as a Mexican, do you think Americans eat spicy food?
No,
No? Really?
no. Yeah, really.
Uh-huh.
Maybe, yeah, no. Maybe some Americans, but the average American, in my perspective, with all due respect,
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I want to say that maybe not. Maybe not. I have some American friends, and they usually don't like spicy food.
Hmm.
Maybe
What?
I'm wrong, but
This friend.
well, just you love spicy food, but I don't know how spicy. Maybe you say, I really ate so spicy, but I don't know. I don't know. I
You
have
challenge
to.
me.
We have no. Don't get me wrong. We have to taste the same dish, the same meal, and we can. And I could tell you, yeah, you are a Mexican macho.
Take it easy, man. But yeah, that sounds like a decent test. But there is it's kind of funny you mentioned that. So just to kind of bring things back, I would agree maybe like 30% of people I know like spicy food. Maybe 40%, but definitely not half of people I like spicy food. Or they think they like spicy food, but spicy is just like that's not spicy at all. So anyways, it was kind of funny. So I don't know really how it started, but I was always interested in like different flavors and different like tastes in cooking when I was younger. And I think this happened because of watching many shows. And my mom would, sorry, mom, you're best known for desserts. Her desserts are really good and her pasta. Her pasta is really good for sure. She makes some good dishes for sure, but no hate on her. But like a lot of gringo families, she was making tacos with ground beef and flour tortillas and pecan lettuce, kind of like a Taco Bell kind of thing. And I never enjoyed this from a young age. I never liked the
Mhm.
flavor, and I would always eat something else, or I wouldn't eat that night if there wasn't an option. Because my mom knew that I was the only one in the family that didn't like that. And I was just like, even from a young age, this can't be like what Mexicans eat. I don't think it's not very good, in my opinion. So like putting having like a seasoning packet and put it in meat just
Mhm.
seems kind of off to me. And I never liked that flavor of taco seasoning. So there was actually a restaurant that we used to go to every once in a while when I would see like the other side of my family.
Don't
And
say
it
the
was,
name.
I'm not saying the name. We're keeping this conspicuous. We're keeping this undercover.
Perfect.
All right. So there is this breakfast pancake house, hot cake house,
Okay.
and they would serve an omelet called the Santa Fe, and the Santa Fe had habaneros in it. And it also had an option if you wanted hash browns. Do you know hash browns?
No, I don't. What's that?
Hash browns are like the small cut up like potatoes that are cooked in the pan. Let me show you. Let's see. Like these right here.
Okay.
These, you know?
No, there are no.
No?
I'm not familiar with them.
Oh
Mm-mm.
man. This is like the most Americans love hash browns, I can tell you. It's
Okay.
simple and easy. It's just pretty much sliced up potato and it's fried and you can put some salt or cheese or pepper on it. So
Okay. Simple but tasty.
exactly, we like these kind of dishes.
Okay.
Kind of like tacos. So
Hey, 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 hey.
hey,
No.
some tacos, are simple.
Okay.
Some tacos like
Taco
cochinita
de
pibil.
canasta?
That's a process to get into for sure. But no, these hash browns also had habaneros in them, and what they called, I don't know what cheese they put in it, but it was good. But that also had habaneros in it, and I absolutely love the flavor. To this day now, like comparing the two, like when I make salsa de habanero, it's different. Like my salsa is way spicier than the habanero they had put in like the omelet or different things. I don't think they put a lot, but I still got used to these things, and you're probably gonna laugh. And I need to let you talk a little. I could talk a lot about these things.
Yeah, but I guess, or I think there is a scale of how spicy a chili or something is. So, can you hear me?